bumped. This is
Right.
tough.
Okay.
This isn't. I hadn't shown you how. So this is factor by grouping. Okay. So just so you know, factor by grouping means we're going to factor it, but we're going to group it. Okay. Whenever you see a non-trinomial, you know you got to do something different than the 5-step method. Okay. If it's a binomial and it's the subtraction, we're going to show you that. I talked about it earlier. But with this one, it's 4 pieces, right? What's really cool here is that I can break it up into 2 pieces. So what I want to do is always keep the signs with things, right? Now, right off the bat, let's just break it up like this. Okay? But see, when I do this...
That's what I started out doing.
When I do this, I have to remember I'm adding there. I'm adding
that's
there.
Where I messed up.
I'm not multiplying it, you know? We're adding each of them. And that's why I force you guys to go, remember, we're adding a negative. We're adding a negative. Remember I said that? And a lot of you guys were like going, why are we adding negatives? This is why. Because we need to understand that subtracting and adding a negative are the same thing. So that when we do stuff like this, when we do a manipulation like this, we know, and I should put this in with another color so you know what I was doing there, right? This is a whole other step to the problem. I'm kind of infusing this into the problem, okay? So, what I really want to do then is I'm going to take this down a notch. Yeah, take it down a notch and go, okay, I've got x to the 5th minus x squared plus negative 4x cubed plus 4. Now here's the thing. I've got to get these two to look alike. That's the key to this factor by grouping. Okay? I've got to be able to factor something out. And to factor something out, I have to factor something that looks just like the other thing. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, a 2 looks like a 2, and you're like, yeah, a 2 looks like a 2, so what? What does that have to do with this? Well, 6x squared minus 8. Okay? I can factor that, right? By taking out a 2. What really is in here is 2 times 3x squared minus 2 times 4. And what I'm doing is I'm going, oh, I'm going to pull out these 2's. And I'm going to take them to the outside. Right? And so what's left is what's in there. 3x squared minus 4. Well, we're doing the same thing here. Okay? I'm going to first do that here, but then do it here. Okay? So, patience. Alright, here we go. What can I factor out of this?
X squared.
X squared. And what's left? Two from 5?
X3.
X to the 3.
What happens if that negative sign?
Minus.
Minus.
And then how many? I took this out, right?
Minus
So,
0.
what's 2 from 2?
0.
0. But if I put a 0 here, what's x squared times 0? 0. That's not x squared, right? So what do I need here? 1. If I take it all out, because remember, there's really a hidden 1 here, right? And when you pull that 1 times that, when you pull that out, it's like, whoa, dude, you're still leaving the 1. Okay? So very crucial step. Alright, but we're not done. What do I got to pull out of here? And some people see a 4. But you know what I see?
2.
No. A negative 4.
Oh.
Why a negative 4? Why do I want to pull out a negative 4? Here's the thing. If I don't have to, I don't want to deal with the first coefficient being negative. I don't want to deal with that. It's a nasty, nasty, nasty problem. I don't want to deal with it. They're always hard to do. So, make it easier. Make it non-negative, if you can. How do you make it non-negative? Well, if I pull out a negative 4, right? Think about it. Negative 4 times what is negative 4x cubed? X cubed, right? Negative 4 times what is positive 4?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Okay? So what I did there is a huge trick. Remember this at home. You're going to watch this because I guarantee you when you try to do this again at home, you're going to get stuck. And if you don't get stuck on this front side, you'll get stuck on the back side when they do it again to you. Okay? Because it's going to happen again where you're going to have to pull out a negative. Okay? And they do it all the time on tests because it's hard. Alright, so we did that. Did anyone notice anything that looks the same?
To the third.
X to the third
Negative 1.
minus 1.
Minus 1.
Yeah,
Right.
these are the same. So what do I get to do? Factor them out. X to the third minus 1. If I take it out, then what do I get to do? Well, I'm pulling these out. Remember I said it was going to be just like pulling these 2's out? It's the same way. I'm pulling this polynomial out. I'm pulling this binomial out. And I got this, and what's left? X squared minus 4. Alright. Now, how much time is left? Because now we've got two problems that we've never dealt with before.
Is the x3 minus 1, is that squared? Because you have 2 of them on top, right?
X3 minus 1.
In the red. Shouldn't
Yeah.
it be squared?
I'm pulling them out. It's just like this 2 isn't squared, right?
Okay.
I pulled them out of both of them. So then I'm saying 2 times 3x is this.
Right.
2 times 4 is this, right?
Right.
Same thing. This times this
Right.
is this. And this times this is this.
Okay. Right.
So I'm doing the same thing. Good question. Okay? Alright, now we have to know some new stuff. So we're halfway there. Okay? New stuff. A cubed minus B cubed equals A cubed plus B cubed equals, and A squared minus B squared equals. Alright,
Is that a formula?
those are formulas. All of them are formulas. Okay? Let's do the easy formula first. When we do A squared minus B squared, okay? We're going to make this is going to become 2 pieces, and I'm running out of battery, so. Okay, so let's think of that. Let's think of something like x squared minus 4. This is a really easy one to do. Remember, this is x squared plus a 0x minus 4. If I did the fourth 5-step method, I would say GCF is none. Parentheses, x and x, sign, plus. This sign says they're different, right? And then I'd say, okay, product, sum, 4, and 0, right? So I need two numbers that multiply to be 4, but are different by nothing. How are you different by nothing? The two numbers that are the same. Right? What two numbers multiply to be 4 that are the same?
2.
2. Okay? So 2 and 2. Alright? So, Here's another way to do it though. That's the 5-step method way. Now the other way says this. A squared minus b squared is equal to a squared minus b times a, or not a squared minus b, a minus b times a plus b. Okay, so what happens here is you take the square root of this minus the square root of this, and then add what we call the conjugate. The conjugate means you take the same thing, but you add them. Okay? Conjugate, I didn't make a negative out of both of them, right? I just decided, okay, the first one's minus, the second one's plus. If the first one's plus, then the second one's minus. Make sense? Okay? So, same thing, but come over to this one. Still working. Good. Okay? So now I can come to this x squared minus 4. Oh, didn't mean to do it over there. But, you know, and I take that whole a squared minus b squared equals what? A minus b, a plus b, that's just a formula. A minus b, a plus b, right? Okay? And then, so this is going to equal what? A, b, x, minus, well wait a minute, 4. That's not b squared. So I have to turn that into a square. How do I turn 4 into a square? 2 squared. Now I know what a b is. B is 2. So now I've got, oh, minus 2. Right? And then it's the conjugate. X and 2 and plus. Okay? So that's this part. Okay? So I've got half of it down. X minus 2. X plus 2. Great. But now I've got to do this part. Don't think I got enough time for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go break this into part 2 already, okay? So let's pause it here.